So welcome everybody. I apologize for the small delay, let's say, to space. So we will start 5 minutes later at least. But I'll be very, very brief in my introduction, so we'll have plenty of time to move faster later and to get into the schedule. And I'm very happy to welcome you all here today to Iași, to the National University of Arts and the Institute for Multidisciplinary Research in the Arts. As organizer of this conference dedicated to methodological challenges in art history, especially the art history that is being written and reflects upon art produced in Central and Eastern Europe. The time span of the conference will be roughly between 1945 to the present. We didn't mention that explicitly in the title of the conference, but I think it's somehow understood if you go through the program and look at all the presentations, and if you have read the call for papers that we have made public. I would like, first of all, to thank our keynote speakers, Edith Ondrosh and Jerome Bazin, who accepted our invitation and are here physically with us today. I know it's not easy to travel to Iași. I hope it will become easier in the future because we're building a new terminal. And I would like to thank also my co-organizers, Tomasz Daluski, Pavlina Morganova, Tomasz Daluski from the University of Łódź, Pavlina Morganova from the Academy of Fine Arts, Prague, Zsuzsa Laszlo from KEMKI, the Central European Institute for Research in Art History. I hope I did it right, okay? Thank you. And together with whom I started to think about this conference in spring. And of course, the idea behind it was already in the air in a series of seminars that we developed in Bucharest. It was 1 year ago, in 2022. It was a seminar funded by the Getty Foundation, dedicated to periodization in the history of art and its conundrums. The full title was, of course, How to Tackle Them in East Central Europe. And during those seminars, the idea of discussing how we should move forward, what are the challenges for writing art history, what has changed in the past 2 or 3 decades, and what we have already accomplished. So perhaps it's time to move forward towards new methodologies and new types of writing and researching, and also, of course, new subjects or topics that may become more urgent or more interesting in the current geopolitical dispensation and configuration, taking into account decolonial critiques, the way not only global politics have changed drastically for the past 10 years, but also how the discourse, and especially what we called, or you used to call, critical art history itself has changed after being implemented in the region. And of course, the current challenges like ecology and the planetary crisis in terms of climate and climate justice, as well as race and gender and labor, who are still to be discussed. We have conceived a panel dedicated also to the legacy of Marxism. Of course, some of you, or most of you, know that we have different types of Marxisms. The one that is being considered orthodox, and then we have the new left in the 70s in the former Western European countries that have penetrated the academia in the UK and the USA later, and gave birth to what we used to call critical art history to a certain extent. But of course, we had a different type of Marxism here and different versions of Marxisms in each country. So I think it is also time to reconsider these legacies that have been perhaps forgotten. and to revisit them in a critical way, but also in a more detached way. And last but not least, we consider the importance of exhibitions as a new field in which art history is being written and produced in the region. Not only because me and other colleagues work in this field, but also because we continue to consider it important, and some of the papers today will tackle this issue. I would like also to thank all the people that made the trip to Iași again, all the presenters that are here with us, and also those that will be virtually with us today. Some of them couldn't make it due to very objective reasons. For instance, Maya and Ruben folks, they couldn't come because there's been a huge fire in Luton Airport and they couldn't find any flight. But they will be here via internet with us. I hope our connection will work smoothly. Without further ado, I'd like also to thank the university for supporting this conference and making it possible. And I would like to invite the first moderator of the first panel to take over from here. Thank you very much, and I hope you'll have a productive and you will enjoy it.